Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Zelda Kelly with Psychic Secrets, and today is your weekend reading for March 31st through April 3rd of 2023. Can you believe we now are moving quickly into the first weekend of April? And this reading will not be for everyone, but I think if you think about it, there may be some parts in here that you resonate with, and it's also always for all signs. So let's see what spirits, guides, and angels, what message they have for you. Coming up, spirits, guides, and angels. We have two cards to start out with today. That is the Death card, and then we have this beautiful King of Wands. Okay, so let's get started. Now, we're going to take, oh, I'm sorry. This was already turned over. Isn't that something? Okay, so the Seven of Wands, the Strength card, and the Nine of Wands. Interesting, isn't it? So then we're going to take the Hanged Man, the Star card, the Five of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and now on the bottom of the deck we have this very beautiful Chariot card. We're going to put him right here so you can see it. Now this is interesting because it looks as though you've now completed everything that you've set up, that you have been moving forward to. And I believe over the last few weeks, if you've remembered, you've been moving with progression, moving with good, well, you've just had a very good speed of coming through because you've set up some things now before. You are no longer feeling like you're just dangling out there, not knowing what direction you're going. I love this for you because this is a card in which is telling me that you have attained and will continue to have the balance that you're going to continue to have. You've worked through everything. I love this because the balance is from your subconscious and your conscious mind, and this indicates a new beginning. And by the way, for you Aquarians out there, that is also your significator card, as well as for Leo, that is for you, and Cancer is the Chariot. Now, you don't have to be those particular signs for this to resonate with, but I think that if you are, and of course this is a Scorpio here that we start out with, if you are, I think there's going to be a little bit of this that you resonate with that much more. Interestingly enough, we've had similar cards of you moving through. A lot of it has been financial, but I also now think that you're moving in as far as relationships are concerned. Now, the one thing that I think in here is you've learned your lessons. And not that you were doing anything bad or that you had to learn a lesson or do anything with as far as, well, you were just doing everything wrong or bad. No. But you've learned what not to do. That's sometimes the most important lesson that we can ever get out of our journey. Do I see that you're going to be going back through this maybe hurtful, tumultuous time again? No, I do not. Why? Because you've basically set up boundaries. Let me show you. You've set up some pretty big boundaries around you. And this started some time ago because you see the varying lengths of these wands. Sometimes people call them rods, but sometimes wands, and they are wands in this particular case. Because what you're doing is you're setting not only the boundaries, but you're recognizing what opportunity or what these boundaries will do to serve you. This means that you've had some infinite strength. I love this for you because you have strength through wisdom. You've not had to muscle your way through this. This is, you've really used your smarts. You've used your noodle, I've got to say. You know, you've not worked harder, you're now working smarter. That's so wonderful. So what does this mean? This means that you've learned that lesson of what not to do, and now you can recognize anytime anything like that comes in front of you again, well, you're definitely not going to go there. You're not going to go down that old familiar path. Why the Chariot card? Well, first of all, I think that this shows the movement in this particular reading for you for the weekend. With this Death card, we start out closing the chapter. That's a new beginning. I don't want anybody to ever be afraid of the Death card because it doesn't mean that. It means the death to a situation. It means the ending of a particular situation so you can go and partake in anew. Do you see how there is the sun shining? You still have a while to go. This particular, well, flag, that's a flag of harvest. That means that, okay, you're reaping what you're sowing now. And that's good. Because if it weren't good, we would see it here. With this lovely king, this wonderful King of Wands, this gives you a fiery start into the weekend. And this fiery start, well, can mean this is a fire element. So I've got to say this, my friends. Well, first of all, let me point this out. You see this little fellow right here peeking up over the bottom of this frame of the card. That is a little salamander, and you also see him in this tapestry in the back of the card. A salamander is said to be able to go through or walk through fire without ever being harmed, not even singed. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but what I'm going to say is I think you've been through some tough times and you've been through the thick of it, and that's why you've decided, look, I'm not going to do this again. I can hear it. I can hear you say, you think I'm going to go through that again? No way. And that's very evident here with you basically forming these boundaries. I love this for you. This tells me that you've learned the lessons and you've made very important choices. This card here means that you've picked choices. You see growth and opportunity. You see the varying lengths on this, just like this beautiful Seven of Wands. This Nine of Wands, not very far from the Seven, means that you're progressing and you're making it through, and that things now are going to start coming out of the blue and you're going to have more opportunity and growth right ahead of you. This Chariot card, I love this because it is very interesting. This Chariot being that Cancerian, well, card for the Cancer signs, this carries a lot of different things in it, within it. I'm going to point something out to you. You see, this fellow here is called a charioteer. When you drive a chariot, you're a charioteer, or you're a driver, but he is a charioteer. I don't know if you can see very well. I hope you can. But there are no reins to these figures here that are actually pulling this chariot. That means, well, you're kind of letting things go in a direction that they should be going in. But the one Cancerian energy that I think flows over this reading is that as much as you like to be out and about and going places and traveling, which I see coming about, you like to have a home base. And that's what you've settled within this reading. Home is very important. Having that home base where you can hang your hat and be there to, well, let's just say recharge your batteries all over again so you don't have to do it. Now, I will tell you, these two cards here tell me that you may be walking away from a few people. You may be walking away from a few people who have not helped you, who does not serve you. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, when I say serve you, I don't mean that you're having them in a weird sort of way or in your life. I mean, how supportive are these people that are around you? If they're not supportive, my darlings, I think it's going to be something completely different. Doesn't mean that you have to be mean or ugly or nasty. We don't do that, and I don't condone it. But what you can do is wish them well on their way, and you go yours. You've decided what's the most important in this reading is focusing on you and concentrating on you. Because if you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care of others? I love this. Okay, so now we're going to get a final message. Let's ask for a final message. Final message from the angels, guides, spirits for my friends. Oh, I'm sorry, that hit my thumb. Angels, guides, spirits for my friends as we go into this very, looks like a restful weekend. You've been working pretty hard this last couple of weeks, and there is a card that wanted to come out. Let's grab one more. Sorry, that hit my thumb again. Let's grab one more. That Ace of Pentacles. I love that. Okay. All right, here we are. So now we're going to cut the deck, and I'm going to just, right there, take this card. Ready? Here we go. Drum roll, please. Let's see what this card is. Oh my. I couldn't have picked that better. We're going to set this deck to the side. I couldn't have picked that better myself if I would have tried. You see, this Ace of Pentacles comes because it is the new beginning. You see how this is? You're starting the new chapter here with this Death and Scorpio energy card. And now this new beginning, this benevolent hand coming out for you, that's going to help you. And the benevolence is, well, definitely, I think you definitely are getting your money settled. You may have already received some. Good for you. But this tells me here, I love this card. You see, these pentacles, and actually, you know, you can get really, really deep in this card because there's some things in the Kabbalah that, I mean, it just, this meaning can get very deep, but we don't certainly have time for that. But what I will tell is that this is a family time. This is time where you can sit and reap the harvest. You see this 10? The 10 in the tarot means that you've completed the journey, this chapter of the journey. How fitting could this possibly be? And you're getting ready to start over with the Ace of Pentacles, meaning putting yourself in a position where you can sit back this weekend and relax because things now are going in your way. How do I love that for you? I want to thank each and every one of you for being here with me. Wish you a wonderful weekend. If you would like to speak with me directly, you certainly may do that. Go on over to www.psychicssecrets.com. I'm at extension 11. You can talk to me there. Also, you can find me on social media at Psychic Zelda Kelly. Have a wonderful weekend. This is going to be your weekend. Oh my goodness. Relax. Enjoy yourself. You deserve it. You be well, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.